Hey, welcome back to Copperhead Customs and welcome to a new episode on the 39 Bedford. If you're new to the channel, go down there, catch up, see where we're at. So this sucker behind me, we found in a paddock. That's right, that's what it looked like. Been sitting there for 60 years. We've built it into a car for under $5,000 in Australia, which is not a lot of money. And it's pretty much ready. We're going to start it right now. We are about to try to start it. So, yesterday, which was in the last episode, we did some wiring. And before we get to starting it, let's just have a little look-ski. So, I actually changed a few things. So, what we had was, we had another wire, that red wire there, that is a hot battery wire going to our fuse block. We had a wire from that joiner coming over to here into that terminal, that yellow one there is, which is the battery on the switch, yeah? And we had that yellow wire, which says battery and ignition from the fuse block, connected with this yellow wire, which is our ignition on the switch, which goes down to our coil. So when I tested stuff this morning, what it meant was this wire was hot all the time. So that was no good. So we changed that. So that's just on the ignition. This, we got rid of that red wire that went to there, the direct battery. We cut that out. And this yellow one, which is hot, is our fused. So what it means is we've got a fused battery coming into this, basically what it means. All right? So what it would have meant was if I started it, I wouldn't have been able to turn the car off because the coil wire would have been hot all the time. And we probably would have fried another coil. So I'll quickly change that. I've gone to town. I bought some transmission fluid to top the transmission up. And I went and bought some petrol and some brake fluid to breathe the brakes. So I've put the petrol in. I've been cranking it and got the petrol up in the bowl, as you can see. I haven't started yet, so don't worry about that. I haven't started. You'll see because, remember, we painted those extractors, so there'll be smoke and crap going everywhere when we do fire it up. So I've filled the carby with petrol and we filled the bowl with petrol. So I think we're ready to try to start this sucker. All right, so Waddy, drop some comments down right now. Drop comments and go, you reckon it's going to freaking start? So with the electrical, we should have the motor wiring done, okay? We should have the motor wiring correct now, I think. As you can see, I've got the test lamp. I've been cruising around the test lamp and thinking about it all this morning. So we haven't finished the wiring, of course. We've still got to wire all our headlights and brake lights and all that malarkey. But we should be able to fire this sucker up. So like I said, we've been cranking it with no spark connected. I had the wire disconnected to crank it to just get the fuel all up. We filled the bowls up in the carby. So this, theoretically, should just bang. It should just kick up. All right, so what we'll do is I'll keep you on live time. We might sit you back here. And we will just lost you there for a second. Oh, I pressed the wrong freaking button. So there we are. We'll set you up there. Let's go and crank this sucker up. What do you reckon? Drop your comments. Is it going to start? We'll just put the jump pack on. Boom. Like I said, this should just kick. We're all primed up, so if it's going to work, it should just fire nearly instantaneously. Here goes. Well, there's the start. Not idling. there, we got a mega fuel leak happening. Mega fuel leak out the fuel bulb. And I think most of that smoke is paint burning. But we got some serious fuel leaking out of that fuel bulb. So we're going to look at that. But we had it running. Woo, woo. Oh yeah, look at that. Hey, she's smoking up. That wasn't really the motor, guys. I think that is just paint burning off that exhaust. Because it's just normal paint, so that's going to burn off like a demon. But we had fuel pouring out of here. So I think we need to take that off and swap it. We'll swap it with the one on there. We might need to rebuild this. I didn't rebuild it. Whew. Check that out. I've got to get out of this shed before we die. I think we'll go turn the fan on. Turn that fan sucker on. Watch the wind noise. See if we can blow some of that out. Whew. I don't know about you. How's that? It's like that, isn't it? Oh yeah. We've just had it running. We just had it running. We just had it running. So we've got a nasty exhaust leak. As you could hear that. The motor actually sounded good. Didn't sound like it was tapping or ticking or... The motor actually sounded pretty nice. Had a horrid exhaust leak though. But that's easily fixed. And other than that, the motor sounded strong. Now, I think our carby needs a little tweak. Don't know what you call that. Fast idle, maybe. I think the fast idle might need adjusting. I think that's what it's called. Because I had to actually have it running, idling a little bit. I think they're idling a little bit too quick. Otherwise it wanted to stall out. So, carby dudes, drop some comments on that, what that means. When after, you know, a few seconds it wants to stall. So that's just the adjustments in my carby. We'll do some research on that. And other than that, hey, how freaking cool. How freaking cool. So anyway, I'll let this shed air out and we'll see. We'll see what we do. We know to change that filter though. Reaper.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want. By thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third.
Alright, here we are. See if this fuel thing's been fixed. So I'll put the battery on first, don't we? So get ready to get tuned out again. gun on there. Block's running out of petrol. I wonder if our needle and seat got blocked. I think our needle and seat blocked up, maybe. There's one without a petrol in there. Got fuel there. Guys. Think something to do with that carby engine blocked up, eh? Yep, something's going on with that carby. Alrighty, let's try that again. So it looks like we had a bit of a blockage at the new pump. We've blown the pump out. We've got that pump in, as you would have seen. We blew the line out. So we filled the bowl back up. So let's see what it does this time. Shoot this fire up. got that vacuum hose, it runs heat nicer, doesn't it? Starts to idle. We're going to have to keep getting it warm and burn all that freaking paint off, but aren't we? Because look at the shed again. Whew! And that's not from, as you can see, that is just the paint burning off those extractors. But a few more starts, we'll get rid of it. Anyway, we're going to have to let it air out again. I think let's get a hose on, put on that, and we'll go from there. But yeah, it's happening. It's happening, guys. So yeah, obviously that fixed that. We did have a block in the carby there, carby line, the new pump, whatever. New pump looks good. Let's get in here in the stink. We've got no leaks here anymore, so that's good. We're happy with that. Carby's not leaking. Very good. So yeah, we've got that line there. When I put my finger on that line, it was heaps better. So we got a vacuum line here and a vacuum line there, and this vacuum line here is sucking air. So we got to fix them. And yeah. All right. I wonder if we can put a hose from that one to that one. Anyway, we'll just block it off. Reaper. We're back. Now we've done those vacuum lines. I just blocked one off there and blocked one off there. Just with a bolt in the hose. Now this vacuum line, I changed the hose, but it's still not quite the right one. And let's have a look now. I think we'll have to get another. I think we'll end up getting another key switch. This one does. I'll send a thing to them. It's a bit temperamental. So we'll see. Sometimes it doesn't want to start. Hey, there we go again. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's go check let's check this again. I don't quite understand why it's doing that. We've got power there. I don't know, we've got a bit of a dicky switch, I think. So that sucks, doesn't it? There we go. That's pairing a bit nicer, isn't it? Hey, we got that running a bit better. Still not quite right. Definitely better. Still see we got a little exhaust leak. And we could have a little vacuum leak too. Like yeah, like we said, we still haven't got this one quite right. And we know cars don't like vacuum leaks. But it's getting there, guys, it's getting there. And as we say that, it has a moment. The old cannon sounds alright, doesn't it? Might have to look at that. We might have to put a little 45 on that, I think, guys. It's getting that guard a bit warm. Yeah, I didn't think of that, did I? Oh well, we'll look at that later. We either have to bring that out squarer or just put a little on it. Or even a little down. Got to think about that. We may just have to change the angle. It's funny, my mate said about that yesterday. He said that will play up. That sounds alright, doesn't it? The old 202's pairing. The old 202's pairing. You know what that is, don't you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. That was a dance. That was a dance. As you can see, we've stopped smoking now in here, and that's running nice. I'm pretty excited, pretty happy. We are getting there. So that would have just pissed off the neighbours. Anyway, I'm going inside tonight. We've got a little issue with one of our little pups. He's not feeling real good, so we've got to keep an eye on him. So I'm going inside, have some dinner, and we will re-adjourn tomorrow. Ripa!